So in today's episode, what do? We find out what's the most economical way to fix the issue that I have in the, what do you call it, the windshield washer pump. It doesn't have a fuse, and the place to plug it in is on the back side of the instrument cluster. So I went to Amazon looking around. Oh, $1.74. Oh, that seems pretty cheap. But look at this, $4.50 for delivery? That's like more than $5. Oh, here's the next one, $2.49. $3.99 delivery? Oh, crazy. $2.69 with $3.69, $3.96 delivery? I mean, $3.19 with $4 delivery? Oh wait, here's free delivery. $4.90. That's free delivery? I mean, that's pretty expensive. Well, so I'll tell you what you do. You go down to your local auto parts store and you see what they have. And for $1.55, I found this. Fuse holder, perfectly good part. Should do everything I need it to do. And, less than $2. Why do you want to spend $5 for delivery when you can get it for nothing? Anyway, that's what you guys should do, is make sure that Amazon isn't always the cheapest place in the world to go looking for parts. Delivery is probably included into every one of those prices. So I did buy a whole bunch of these fuses just to have a good assortment for this truck. And for this respect, I'm probably going to use this little 1/2 amp fuse because I don't need a whole lot to power that little windshield washer fluid pump. And if it blows, then I'll go up to a 1 amp. But with the 18 gauge wire that's in there, it's probably going to be next to nothing. So let's go hook it up in the truck. So what's it going to take to hook this thing up? Well, here's the wire that goes to the pump. And it's probably going to hook up to the back side of this bus. So I just need to put a fuse between this and that. So next step, I guess, well, I could do this two ways. I could either just hook in a couple more ends on the fuse holder and then just plug it in to plug it in, which would probably be a lot easier. Or I could solder it in place and do all that kind of mess. What do you think? Let's do it the easy way. Alright, so got my tools, got my parts. Make this simple, huh? Snip the ends, pull that around. What gauge is this? I think it said 16 on the package. Yep, easy enough. 16 on that side. Pick one end to put it on here. And crimp it like crazy. Pull. It don't seem to want to come off. That's good. Do the other side. smash it down good and tight. Doesn't want to come off. Alright, there we go. Got the fuse in there ready to roll. Let's go try it out in the truck. Alright, let's see if I can get in here now. Alright, let's connect this thing up. Put that in here. Put that on here. And test the button. Nothing. Oh, maybe turn the power on. Nothing. Oh, there it goes. Oh, I think I just blew the fuse. So what's that tell me? You see that little flash of light? That fuse is burnt. So 1 amp or half amp is not enough. Let's try a bigger one. I'll just bring it on that. Oops. Did I knock you guys around? Pardon me, pardon me. Okay. Alright, let's go to 1 amp. Or should we just go up to 2 and that way we won't burn everything out? Just trying for really light stuff. Try that. Oh, turn the power on. Looks like 2 is plenty. It seems to be holding. So there we go. That's all wired in and fused. What do we need to do next? Probably windshield wipers, huh? They're not turning on at all, and I don't know how the switch is wired, so I probably should take the switch apart. Here, I'll dig this out so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So, there's the windshield wiper switch, and I don't know how it's wired, so other than it's single speed. So there's just an on and a park, but I need to probably take it out and take a good look at it, clean it up like all the other switches, and then we'll see how it works. Okay, I'll take that out and we'll talk over by the bench. Tiny screwdriver. Switch comes off real easy once you take that little screw out, so that's good. We'll just set that down here. Then we'll unscrew that while we reach in. And there is the switch. Let's go take a look over. I'll just put this back over here where the knob is. Alright, let's go move back over by the bench. And we'll do some testing. Okay. Here is my switch. There's my contacts. So if I go to the, okay, now the bottom of this switch was, it was kind of in there like that. So this was the bottom, that was the top. And if you really look at that, there's this little metal bar that goes from here, and that has an R, and that has a B, and that has a P. So maybe there's a blue, a purple, and a red. So maybe the red goes to that one, the blue goes to that one, and the purple goes to that one. Let's see if that's true. So first things first, if I go from here to there, that works. That's got power. But if I go from here to there, nothing. Here to the middle, I got power. Oh wait, so I need to go from here to here, nothing to the middle. Alright, let's turn that switch on. Now going from the bottom, which is the red, to the blue. Yes, and the red to the purple. Yes. So it looks like the switch is working quite well. I don't think I need to replace the switch because it's functioning the way it should be. And I think I know how I need to wire this up now. So power comes in here and goes out to these two with the blue and the P, which I'm assuming is purple. But we'll find out. Maybe that's black and purple. Well, I don't know. Let's go look and see what those wires look like. Okay, so what does that look like? So there's the windshield wiper motor. There's a black and a light blue wire that comes down to here. But which one's which? On the switch. Because we got a red. I'm betting the light blue is the power and the black is the probably the one that's sitting to purple. But it's hard to say. Maybe it doesn't matter. Because I don't think, the switch goes on and the switch goes off. And one of them just powers. Well, I don't know. You shut it off, it should power for a little while. Let's go back and look at the switch. Because shouldn't one continue to power the thing for a few seconds while the other doesn't? So I'm going to do some more testing over here and see what's going on. Okay guys, you tell me something is wrong. I don't know, maybe it's the windshield wiper motor, but when I turn the switch on with the blue on top and the black on the bottom, is that what I have? Yep, the light blue is on top and the black is on the bottom. I get this pinging noise. And I don't know what that is. If I switch them around, then it doesn't make any noise. See, now it's dead quiet. But neither of them actually move. So what do you guys think? Is my next step to take that windshield wiper motor out and see what it takes to either fix it or make it repair? Or is it the other way around and maybe I just need to do something to get the wipers moving again? So maybe I need to go back in the cowl next. But, well, any advice you guys can give, let me know. Okay, the last electrical item is the horn. And I thought I had it working before, but it's not honking. Maybe I got to have the power on. But there it is. Alright, so the horn works, so all I have left to do electrically is that windshield wiper motor. What do you guys think? What's it going to take to get that working again? Okay, so my question was it the motor or is it something else? And I'm betting my arms are bound up because it's definitely turning. I don't know if it's parking, it never did before, but let's find out. Still doesn't park, but it definitely shuts off and it moves. Okay, let's try changing those wires around and see if that makes a difference. So back in here, give me some light. Come in here, take the blue off, take the black, swap them around. Does that make a difference? Huh, no. Okay, so it isn't turning off. And both ends are turning off automatically. So let's see what happens if I disconnect the blue wire. It spins around and doesn't shut off. What happens if I disconnect the black wire and just hook up the blue wire? It parks. So maybe there's something wrong with the switch in that it's not providing power for a few seconds longer when you shut it off. What do you guys think? Is that maybe I need to replace that switch? Because when I got both plugged in, the thing just runs all the time and never shuts off, or never stops where you think it should. I might have to replace that switch. Well, you guys, what do you think? Okay, I think that's it. It's probably the switch. I think it's supposed to provide extra power after it, after you shut it off, to go for about 3 more seconds to park the windshield wipers where they're supposed to park. Because the parking mechanism works and the whatchamacallit, and the moving it works. So now I think we just got to figure out why that switch won't power it to park it. Well, talk to you guys later. Oh, and this problem's back again. This one is seized up to beat hell. I can't move it. So, I'm gonna have to tear that back apart and try to re-clean it. Okay, so ask me, how did I get this so limbered up? Look at that. It just spins easy now. Well, a little bit of this, a whole lot of this, and then I just hooked this thing onto the shaft and spun it around both ways until it was free. Now it moves nice and smooth. Okay, so I got the arms working, And now let's get this going and test out to see how those work. Hey, they work. Nice. They're going back and forth like they're supposed to. Now to get it to park, I need to replace the switch so that I can get power to those things for a little bit longer. There. Now it's parked. Okay, what do you guys think? It's almost done. Now wait just a second. I took this thing out, got all the way down to Kilmer's. Well, just about to Kilmer's. I was turning into the parking lot when I just realized something. If this and that are always connected together, then, and this one here is the switched one, if I put the light blue power in here, I put the light blue parking power out to here, and I put the black switched power to there, that should work. Well, here, let me put this thing back together and then I'll see. Okay, so here we go. Fire in the hole. Oh, maybe I gotta leave it on a little longer. See, look at that. On, back and forth, off, and then it parks. So hey, I think that was it. I got a working switch. So apparently that wasn't wired up correctly before, so now it is. So all right, guys. One more thing down. Then I just remembered the other day, I got one other thing that I needed to put back in, and that's the cigarette lighter. At least I need the 12-volt power port. And since there's a hole there already, what do I need to do to fix this? There's a little dent here, maybe, right there. And I don't know if the guy used to take his pipe or something and dent that there, but I need to figure out how to pop that dent back out. Maybe clean that up a little bit more and run power from there to over here somewhere. All right, well, let's look into that. So I've probably had this part longer than any other part that I've owned on this truck, or at least in the first round of buying parts. This was one of the first things I bought, and I've just been kind of waiting until I come up to an opportune time, and if I got one last thing to work electrically, I suppose this is it. So I'm going to see what I can do to mount this thing and get it working too. Okay, it just pushed down into the hole, so that's in good shape. Now I just have to crawl underneath and screw this piece back on. Okay, that's screwed back on underneath. Now the next part is that. So let's see how that works. So what did they do? They gave me the spade end on one end, probably to plug in to that thing. But they gave me a loop-de-loop end on the other end, and I need a spade end. So I'm going to have to cut that off and replace this so that I can plug it in over here on that bus. It's already got a fuse though, so that's good. Okay, got spade ends on both sides. Now I guess just plug it in. Okay, it looks like it's plugged in. And since it's a metal dash, what do you think? Do you think it is already grounded and I don't have to worry about it? Well, let's give it a shot. All right. How long do you think it takes to heat up? Woo! It works! Alright, I don't need the I don't need the ground wire for that, so I guess I'll put that away somewhere and put it in storage. I think now I can finally put my dash back together. Cool. Okay, time for a full-on smoke test. Okay, lights, high beam, dim lights, off lights, flashers, lights, brighter, dimmer, okay. What else do we need then? We need turn power on. Then we can test blinker, other blinker, horn, geez, that was working the other day. Now what? All right, let's try blower, high blower. That's working. Windshield wipers. Yep, they definitely are parking now. And this. And we wait a few more seconds. Definitely works. Okay, horn. That's still touch and go. I wonder why that's not working. I'm gonna have to look into that a little harder, I guess, now. Oil light definitely goes out. Amp meter is reading. Oh, and she died. Still got that starting problem, but you see the oil light or oil pressure light does come on. And here, I'll watch you go it off now. Well, it went off. Now, why is the choke not? More problems. I thought the choke usually got it to start right up. Okay, I gotta figure out why it's not starting now. Maybe I'm out of gas. Oh, I suppose I should check the gas gauge. Let me go check that now. Aha! I have to ground it first. If I ground it, it goes up. And if I could keep everything hooked together, it would probably hold on a little better. All right, that's almost full. There's full. And there's the gauge. Reading full. Can you see it? There we go. Now I'm going to go to half tank, or thereabouts. Should be right about there. It's going down. It should hold there if everything's reading correctly. Appears to be. Alright, now I'm going to go up to 3/4. It's working. Almost. Yep, there she is. That should be right around 3/4. And now we'll slip her down to 1/4. Ah, and I lost the ground again. If it would just stay on there. That should be about 1/3. Or 1/4. Yeah, somewhere in there. See if she'll hold. Looks like she's holding. Now let's go to empty. And she's going down. Alright, so the gas gauge is functioning. So, alright. So now we just got to figure out why the horn don't work. Or why it was working the other day and now it quit. Okay. Back to that issue. Okay, and now the temperature gauge is working too. So amp meter seems to be working. Everything looks like it's working electrically, except for the horn. I do not know why that's not going.